It is my 29th birthday today, and well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm spending it exposing the likes of dingbat individuals that are really hateful. They love to lie and they love to share a great deal of hate. Hatred towards the Israeli community, or the Jewish community, I should say. And over in the UK, as we've been seeing of late, the pro Palestinian mob at full swing. And even here in Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, everywhere in Australia, as it would seem, you have lots of people that hate the Jewish community and seek to divide and seek to destroy the Jewish community. It's wrong. Over in the UK, however, a Palestinian activist, Salim Nishbeh, outside the Israeli embassy in London, he's made a speech, and that speech is one calling for the destruction of Israel, not just the Israeli embassy, but Israel as a whole. This will become the embassy of Palestine. There will be no peace in the Middle East until Israel is destroyed. See, even if they get their supposed two-state solution, they don't really want a two-state solution, do they? They want a one-state, and that state is all about Palestine. They don't see Israel existing. So when you got these people in the Western world that are yelling and screaming and chanting this, you better damn well believe them. That's exactly what they want. They don't want peace. They never wanted peace. They want the total and utter destruction of Israel. They've been chanting it for years. When are we going to wake up and realize that? This kind of speech is actually considered hate speech. It's genocidal speech, but they get away with it because they've got a protected sticker on themselves known as Free Palestine. The cops let them, the politicians let them, probably because it's part of their plan or because they're too scared. We don't know. It's probably all the same. Anyway, have a listen to this speech from Salim Nishbeh.
What you want. What you want is Palestine 1948. What you want is from the river to the sea. What you want is the destruction of the Zionist entity. What you want is an end to Israel. What you want is an end to American hegemony. What you want is liberation of the Middle East. But tomorrow, this will be the embassy of Palestine. This will be the embassy of Palestine. There won't be any Israel. There won't be an Israel anymore. And we will all be eating kunafa in there before we organize our trips to a free Palestine in the left. If you want peace in the Middle East, and I say this to the policeman over there and to everyone watching and everyone listening, our friends and our enemies. I say it when you see the bombing in Damascus, when you see the bombing in Beirut, when you see the bombing all over the Middle East and in Yemen, the aggression against the free peoples of the world who stand against Zionism, know this. Israel is the tumor in the body of the Middle East, and there won't be peace for the Middle East until that tumor is destroyed, until that tumor is removed, until that tumor remains in the books of history. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine Arabia, Palestine Arabia, Palestine Arabia, Palestine Arabia. Intifada, 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 intifada.
What you want is the destruction of the Zionist entity, and what you want is the destruction of Israel. So what's the difference between the Zionist entity and Israel? Because you know how these people always say, oh, we're not really calling for the destruction of Israel. We're just calling for the destruction of the Zionist regime. Hate to break it to you, but it's the same damn thing. It's just Israelis are passionate and patriotic about their country. That's all it is, man. But once more, when they tell you exactly what they want and who they are, damn well believe them. But the thing is, these days, people, they often forget. They got like short-term memory loss. It's quite amazing. I think because we live in this technological information age that we get flooded with so many images. Our brain is trying to comprehend or process them all. And all of a sudden, when we finally do, it's like a new thing comes out. And you're like, oh, a new thing. I've forgotten the last thing. The last thing was 5 minutes ago. Here's a new thing. See, your brain needs to be able to process one thing for a period of time to remember it. But most people forget. They forget someone like this. Because I'm making videos of this kind of stuff all the time, I don't forget. And because I'm seeing a lot of this stuff on X day in and day out, I don't forget. And sure, I know that X isn't real life. Big difference between real life and what's on X. But I do see a lot of this happening in real life too. This stuff is actually carrying out in real life right before our very eyes. And if we're not careful, don't put a stop to it somehow, it's going to get worse. These people incite violence and they get away with it. How? Why? Yeah, chanting Indivada on the streets of the UK in London. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw the actual attack from a Muslim man. There was a normal guy standing on a bus, I think it is, next to a Muslim man, and that Muslim man gets out a knife and like cuts the innocent guy's throat. Like in broad daylight. And the Muslim man said he did it because Allah told him to do so. So when you've got these people that are chanting death to Israel and the destruction of Israel and all that sort of stuff in the West, and you got the police that are going, they can't do anything. Make a bet. They're inciting hatred and inciting violence. That's what it's really about. It's clear as day, is it not? I mean, it's clear to my ears. Am I missing something? Because I don't think I am. I don't think I'm missing a thing here. They've been saying it for the longest time, and I think we better damn well open our eyes and our ears even more and do something about it. Otherwise, goodness knows what else is going to happen. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about putting a stop to all of the so-called humanitarian activism. It's just making people very angry, causing a chasm, a divide. I think these people have got to be angry about something, got to vent out their frustrations all the time for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.